Cheap San Francisco, exploring the city on a dime.
Seeing Gender at the Asian Art Museum is an exhibition organized across departments highlighting different artworks from our collection. Gender is such an important part of the dialogue. In many ways, this exhibition is contemporary. So our oldest artwork is from the 9th century and the works span all the way to the 21st century. The exhibition is organized into 7 different groupings or themes, such as activities, pairings, symbolism, transformation, and a couple of others. And it really frames the exhibition not by culture or by time period, but rather by different affinities between the artworks. Activities, for example, looks at the role of gender and how certain activities are placed as feminine or masculine. So for example, we have a print by Utagara Toyoharu, which looks at different activities that were traditionally performed by men. So it's looking at the theme of music. So we have 3 women playing traditional Japanese instruments that would have otherwise been played by men at that time. We also have pairings, so that is looking within the context of gender in relationships, also with how people are questioning the whole idea of pairings in the first place. We have 3 sculptures from 3 different cultures: Tibet, China, and Japan. This is relevant to the exhibition because the deity has been represented as gender fluid during different time periods and in cultures. Sometimes being female in China, for example, but also as male, and sometimes evoking certain features that are associated with the gender binaries, but kind of in between. So I think it's a lovely way of tying all the different themes together in this exhibition. Gender and sexuality, at least speaking from my culture specifically, is something that hasn't been, at least recently, very widely discussed. And this exhibition shows that it's gender and sexuality are actually have been considered and complicated by dialogue through the work of these artists. I'm thinking specifically of a sculpture we have of the Hindu deities Shiva and Parvati. And I love this sculpture because it's actually half female, half male, and turns into a completely different being in a way. And I think it's a very beautiful representation of how gender hasn't been seen as one thing. It hasn't been seen as a binary. And we really see that that isn't a modern concept. So in a way, I feel like we have a lot of historical references and touch points throughout all the ages and in Asian cultures. And I believe San Francisco has close to 40% Asians. So it's a huge representation here in the Bay Area. So it is important that we talk about this and we open up the discussion around gender. What we've learned from organizing this exhibition at the museum is that gender has been something that's come up in all of these cultures through all of these time periods as something that's important and relevant. Especially here in the San Francisco Bay Area, we feel that it's very relevant to the conversations that people are having today. We hope that people can carry that outside of the museum into their daily lives.